In my last Terraria video, I was given a chance to beat all the bosses in the game at once. And not gonna lie, I sat there and thought, this is gonna be easy. I mean, once you become powerful enough to beat Moonlord, you're kind of overpowered and you can beat all the bosses easily. So, let's face it, this is gonna be a piece of cake. Except, it didn't occur to me how exactly I was gonna spawn in all of these bosses. Because some bosses only spawn in certain biomes, for example the Hollow, or the Underworld. And some bosses only spawn during certain times of the day, mostly night. But I ended up coming up with a couple different plans for how I'd spawn in all the bosses in. Plan 1. The vanilla plan. I would get all the spawn items to spawn in every boss and do so all at once. But obviously, like I previously mentioned, it wouldn't matter if I had every spawn item. They can only be used in certain parts of the world and during certain times, meaning in regular Terraria it is impossible to spawn in every boss at once. Which means I would need to take a modded approach, leading me into my second plan. Plan 2. The cheat sheet plan. You see, I did some searching for a mod that only allows you to spawn in bosses or NPCs and nothing else, keeping it as vanilla as possible. Except I couldn't find any. With the closest thing being a cheat sheet mod. You see, cheat sheet mods basically add cheats to Terraria, with one of them being an NPC spawn menu. Now, if I only use the NPC spawn menu to spawn in bosses, and completely ignore the rest, everything should be fine. However, there was issues. Upon testing, all the bosses were spawning in fine, except the Wall of Flesh would only spawn in the Underworld. So I realised I had to fight all the bosses in the Underworld, and well, the Underworld isn't very open. Except because of my last video, I've literally got a world that is just empty, so all I need to do is add a little platform above the lava in the Underworld, because for some reason the bosses fall through the map. Anyway, after all that was done, there were still more issues. You see, I would end up dying a lot, or losing pretty much all of my health before I finished spawning them in. And also, some of the bosses weren't even in the spawn menu. And if I tried it during the day, Skeleton Prime would just insta-kill me. So it was safe to say the cheat sheet plan wasn't working, meaning I had to move on to my final plan. Plan 3. The Fargo's mod plan. When looking for mods, I did come across the Fargo's mod, as it has an item that spawns all the bosses in when used. But I didn't want to use it at first because it adds a ton of other stuff as well, and I thought that includes some more bosses. But it didn't, so when all my other plans failed, my only option was to use that item. Now of course, you may be wondering how I got the item, and well, yeah, I just gave it to myself with the cheat sheet mod. But I promise that was the only cheat I ever used. Well, actually, the item only works at night, and for some reason bed skipping wasn't working, and I got tired of waiting for it to become become night, so I added another mod which allowed me to set the time to night. But anyway, with the item I was able to spawn all the bosses, and eventually I beat them. Oh, these bloody hurricanes. Come on, first, come on. Wait, yes, just lunatic cultist, just lunatic cultist, just lunatic cultist, just a cultist. I've done it! Yes! So at the start of this video I mentioned how easy this was going to be, but it was actually a lot harder than I thought. With every boss attacking you at once, you lose a lot of health really quickly, but fortunately a lot of the bosses died quickly like I predicted, and the hearts they dropped were the only reason I survived. Also, I ended up developing a tactic which basically was kill the Wall of Flesh first since it kept pulling me towards him, then focus Empress and the Duke since them two were really annoying, and then kill Moonlord with all the other bosses dying without even trying to kill them. So yeah, it's safe to say I've completed the challenge, and if you want to request a challenge, just comment and I might do it. But anyway, thanks for watching, please subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to watch more Terraria content then you might like this video where I mine the entire world of Terraria.